This is a special edition of K2 News on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for this digital edition of K2 News. I'm Deborah Knapp.
And I'm Barry Mangold. Steve Dunn is on assignment. Tonight we begin with a storm tracker weather alert. Multiple storms bringing in heavy rain and potential flooding across western Oregon.
Heavy snow is also falling in the Cascades. The resorts on Mount Hood picking up a foot of new snow in the past 24 hours.
Now, this is what it looked like in the gorge early this morning. Take a look. Our live drive spotting a semi that went over the edge of I-84. What a sight there. We also saw people trying to push a car out of a ditch. Safe to say, folks were having trouble on the roads. Area schools were either canceled or delayed. That meant kids got a chance to enjoy the snow, building snowmen, sledding on hills.
It was really fun. Can't wait to go down on the jump.
It's like really smooth, so it's really good packing snow. And like you can make a snowman, but mostly it's for sledding.
The best kind of snow. That snow did taper off by late morning. Our photojournalist Mike Warner shot this video at Multnomah Falls. He was saying that it was pouring rain and the snow was turning to slush pretty quickly.
Let's get over to Joe English now in the Storm Tracker Weather Center. And you got to go up on the mountain today. How was it?
Yeah, we were at government camp. There's a lot of love in the gov, as they like to say up there, for all that new snow. But a lot of that snow is going to be turning to slush, as it already is. Many of you who had snow last night and early today will be seeing rain rather than snow as we head into the weekend. So let's go to radar and talk about mainly the rain, because that's going to be the story for most of us as we go through the next 48 hours to 72 hours, actually. Here's the last 6 hours. You can see even the snow in the Cascades turning to a little mix of rain and snow. That's what happens when you see that pink there. That's a mixture of rain and snowfall, just rain for everybody else. A whole lot more on the way. Almost a half an inch in the last 24 hours for Portland and Vancouver. All of western Oregon, or almost all of it, and southwest Washington. In the green here, that's a flood watch that runs through Tuesday. This is a winter storm warning through tomorrow evening at the earliest. And of course, you're not out of that central and eastern Oregon with a winter weather watch and a winter storm warning along I-84 around Pendleton. Here's the weather maker for today. Here's the next one winding up. That's going to bring us even heavier rainfall as we go through the first part of the weekend. That's just the first in a long line. And as we go through Sunday morning, 1 to 2 inches plus, and then probably another 1 to 2 inches more as we go through Monday and Tuesday before things start to settle down. So really watching some river flooding potential. Not the big rivers, not the Columbia and the Willamette, but the Willapa, Nehalem, the Wilson, Marys River, South Yamhill, Johnson Creek. These are our usual suspects, probably seeing minor flooding at least. And in the next 2 to 3 days, we're looking at even more as we go through. And we're seeing more snow as well on the passes and up at Timberline Lodge. Plenty of fresh snow in the Cascades overnight and today. Got people thinking about some slick mountain travel, getting ready for when the slopes all open up. And not enough snow for the resorts to open just yet, but we did find some snowboarders willing to do the hard work to make their own run on a sidewalk in government camp. I happen to know they're not supposed to do that, but we didn't stop them. They said they're just hoping to land something, anything, they said, while they wait for more snow. Snowplows hard at work out there today, too, through government camp and on the highways. A big rig still had to chain up, even though the snow wasn't real deep anywhere, but over the top of the mountain passes. But people driving over the mountain today said it seemed like other drivers were being careful.
Being down in the Redmond area, expected to have snow all the way up here. And so this is exactly what we planned on. They've done a nice job with the roads so far.
People are driving really safe,
Yes,
so we're pleased with that. Taking their time, going slow.
But check out the snow on the roofs, the awnings. Look, it's already breaking apart, coming down as the snow level goes up through the weekend. We'll have to see how much of that snow sticks around for the weekend, doesn't get washed away by the heavy rain. So that's where the flooding potential comes in. Ski Bowl was open for tubing last week. Because of that rain potential this weekend, they're not going to have that open. Timberline, though, will be open with a few runs for the weekend. Mount Hood Meadows hoping for maybe next weekend, December 8th or 9th. And the snow level will be going down by that point. So we finally could get full-fledged into winter.
Okay. All right. There, Joe, thank you so much.
You bet.
A few people sent us pictures of the snow. This one is from Crystal in Battleground. That's a beautiful dusting of snow.
All right,
Nice shot.
we also got to look at this one. Jesse sent us this picture from Cascade Locks. Just a gorgeous winter wonderland scene there with the lights behind. Thank you for sending that in.
And finally, Kay sent this picture in from Yakult. A beautiful shot of some Christmas lights on that snow-dusted tree as well. You can submit your pictures by heading to our website, KATU.com. Scroll over the menu tab and click on Chime In.
Switching gears now, we do have new information for you tonight following the overdose death of a 15-year-old girl. Portland police say they've arrested a suspect who allegedly sold the fatal drugs. Police say the teenager took a counterfeit oxycodone pill laced with fentanyl back in September. Police say she immediately fell unconscious and died days later. Yesterday, PPB and federal authorities arrested the suspected dealer. That's 20-year-old Nasir Overton of Portland. He now faces federal charges.
The following segment is sponsored by Regions Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oregon.
Next week, K2 News is holding a town hall on the new drug crisis in Oregon and the deadly dangers of illicit fentanyl. We're gathering together local experts and health officials, and we are going to focus on the particular risks to our youth. We need your questions in advance, so you can scan the QR code on your screen right now to submit your question. Then watch the Recover Northwest Town Hall, the new drug crisis, live next Tuesday at 6 p.m. right here on K2.
And tonight, the community is mourning the loss of a beloved Portland restaurant owner. Ryan Rollins of PDX Sliders suddenly passed away this week.
K2's Emily Gersh joins us live from his flagship store in Selwood. And Emily, what are you hearing from people who knew him?
Yeah, Deb, well, PDX Sliders started as a food cart in 2014, and then Rollins was able to open this restaurant here in the Selwood Moreland area in 2017. Now, people in the restaurant community say he was genuine and supportive, and this loss is devastating. Friends of Ryan Rollins say he'll be remembered for his warmth, his love of food, and his love for his community.
He had a genuineness about him that was just incredible. His smile was for real, and when he talked to you, you felt like he was actually talking to you, not waiting to escape the conversation.
Stephen Schomler says he met Rollins about 10 years ago when he had just opened the PDX Sliders food cart. He says it quickly became a favorite in the food cart community and has since led to 2 brick-and-mortar stores, one in Selwood and one in the Southeast. It's a move Schomler said inspired other food cart owners to one day do the same.
And I've heard from lots and lots of food cart owners that I know how much Ryan was willing to help them and support them and cheer them on. He was very giving. He was an incredible business person. He did a great job, and like I said, his sliders were fantastic.
Rick Gilbert owns an apparel store in Selwood. He quickly became friends with Rollins when he opened the flagship restaurant down the street, even making logoed clothing for PDX Sliders.
Not only was he a son, a brother, and a father, but he's also a son of this community.
Gilbert says the Selwood community is a close-knit one, and those who knew Rollins are shocked and saddened.
There's a heaviness here. We're sad, but ultimately, I think we'll strive to do what Ryan would want, and that's to have prosperous businesses and for us to work with one another and support and build up one another.
Now, it's unclear how Rollins died, and his family is asking for privacy at this time, but his legacy will no doubt live on in this community. Live in Southeast Portland, Emily Gersh, K2 News.
Emily, thank you. Today, the Washington County Sheriff's Office held the oath of office ceremony for the county's first female sheriff. Under Sheriff Caprice Massey assumed the role as the 33rd Sheriff of Washington County this morning, following Sheriff Pat Garrett's retirement. Massey started her career at the Sheriff's Office in 2004 as a corrections deputy in the jail. Through the years, she's risen through the ranks, making her way up to sheriff.
It's a huge honor to be the first female sheriff in Washington County, and I have 3 daughters of my own, and so it's really important for me to model that anything they dream of is attainable. And so I think that this will not only show them, but show any young girls, any women currently in law enforcement or considering law enforcement, that the sky's the limit to what they can contribute and how they can help continue to evolve the public safety service that we deliver in our community.
Massey says she's been given opportunities to serve in so many different ways, and those in Washington County will see no change in that with her as sheriff. A lot of talk today about the Pac-12 championship game. It's just getting underway, live on K2.
And tonight's game marks the end of the conference as we know it, but we're getting a better idea of what's next for the remaining two schools. That's, of course, Oregon State and Washington State. Today, we learned that both schools' football teams will play against the Mountain West Conference next fall. The scheduling agreement has OSU and Wazoo each playing 6 games against Mountain West teams, 3 home, 3 away. Those games will not count towards the Mountain West Conference standings, and the schools cannot play in the conference championship game. Mountain West says it's working on that schedule now. We'll let you know as soon as we learn more.
Happening tonight, the Christmas Ships Parade will set sail for their 69th year. This year will feature new boats and displays, as well as many old favorites. First parade will start near Salty's Restaurant in North Portland at 7 tonight. For more information on schedules and how you can view the parade, head to our website at KATU.com.
The following segment is sponsored by Providence Foundations of Oregon.
Well, K2 meteorologist Dave Selesky is live at Providence's Festival of Trees at the Oregon Convention Center for us right now. You're looking festive, Dave. How is it going over there?
Thank you. It's going really good over here. I think I have found the one thing that I can afford here this evening, and that's a pair of socks. But they're pretty cool holiday socks. What do you guys think?
We like them.
I'm not hearing a lot of love about the socks.
No, we're talking about them.
So,
all right, no.
There you go. The one thing that I can afford here. I want to show you another one of the trees we have here. This one is called Making Spirits Bright. And if you look at this tree, it truly is a tree full of spirits. No, I mean actual, real spirits, like hundreds of bottles of small little spirits of whiskey, and I think scotch in there as well. Again, Providence Festival of Trees kicks off here in about 45 minutes. Our MC this evening is none other than Steve Dunn, who right now is over here. Yeah.
You're interrupting me right now. This is my chocolate mint bomb, they call it.
The chocolate mint bomb?
This is dessert for tonight. I wish I could share with you guys, but I got to run. All right?
Wow, really? That's it? He just shows up to show us the dessert, the chocolate mint bomb? Thanks very much. Well, we've got a couple of interesting things to talk about weather-wise that are atmospheric bombs, if you will, atmospheric rivers, if you will, in the weather forecast. This is my transition for that. And we'll show you what's going on weather-wise right now across the area. So, again, currently outside, we've got rain coming back down. 49 degrees current temperature, winds out of the south-southwest about 7 miles an hour, and the humidity sitting at 77%. So pretty nice out there compared to where it was about 24 hours ago. C-Tran camera just across the river over the Vancouver Library at 48. Overcast skies there this hour. No precipitation, but wait, that'll start in about 15 minutes. Of course, we had some pretty good snow up in the gorge. That is now melting at this time, as you can see from our Hood River camera there. Temperatures are now back up into the upper 30s, 36 degrees this hour under mostly cloudy skies. It will stay above freezing. Watches and warnings, we've got to pay close attention to these throughout the entire weekend. So we're now under a flood watch for Portland, Vancouver, the Willamette Valley, Coast Range, also up into the Cascade foothills, up to about the 3,000-foot elevation. Above that, we have a winter storm warning. That'll stay in effect overnight tonight through at least tomorrow afternoon, maybe even going into tomorrow evening as snow will slowly rise, but we are talking about significant snowfall coming to the Oregon and the Washington Cascades over the next 24 hours. And as Joe showed you earlier, several inches of rain coming to the Willamette Valley now through the end of the weekend. Now, temperatures for highs today, we hit 52 here in Portland, 38 for the Dalles, 45 in Pendleton, and over on the coast, there's both Astoria and Tillamook at 52 degrees for the daytime highs. So again, about average for this time of the year. On radar, just light rain right now across the area, but if you look out towards the coast on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see the arrival of that next system pushing on in for late tonight and going into tomorrow. That's our first atmospheric river. That's going to move on in with moderate rain overnight tonight. We get in towards tomorrow afternoon. You can see the system as it moves on in. Heavy rain developing by tomorrow. Snow levels rapidly rising in the Cascades. That's going to be Sunday, very heavy rain across the area. From Sunday, we go into Sunday afternoon and Monday for another strong system arriving for yet even more heavy rain across the area and gusty south winds for the coast, the Willamette Valley, and also up into the Cascades. Some of those wind gusts tomorrow in the valley, including here in the Portland area, could be topping 25 to 30 miles an hour. Mountain snowpack. Over the next 48 hours, we're talking at least another 7, 8, 10, 11 inches of snow down at Willamette Pass, which of course is higher, maybe getting close to another 2 feet of snow down there in the next 48 hours. So we'll advance that map again, show what's happening as far as our forecasts go. Beach has a statement up on the coast tomorrow for sneaker waves all weekend long. Central Coast could be looking at waves approaching 20, 25 feet. Highs tomorrow in the low to mid 50s. And of course, heavy rain at times. In the Willamette Valley, cloudy skies, rain, heavy at times in the later part of the day. Breezy as well with south winds 15 to 20 miles an hour and gusts about 35 miles an hour. Temperatures back up in the low to mid 50s. Gorge in the Cascades. Winter storm warning up in the Cascades. We're going to have rain in the Gorge, 48 for the high tomorrow for the Dalles, about 36 tomorrow for Government Camp. So again, just getting above freezing, which means that snowpack begins to melt at pass elevation. Central and Eastern Oregon winter storm warning is up for elevations above 4,500 feet, rain and or snow, with gusty winds out of the west tomorrow in Central Oregon, 20 to 30 miles an hour. That's sustained wind speeds, gusts to 50 miles an hour possible. And of course, on our 7-day forecast, there you go. Cloudy skies and rain tomorrow, more mountain snow, high of 55. Still soggy on Sunday with very heavy rain. Keep an eye on the area rivers for that. Monday, we have a high temperature of 60 degrees with showers and mild conditions and rain on and off for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, with temperatures gradually cooling into the low 50s towards the latter part of next week. But bottom line here is we don't have a dry day out of the next 7 days, so it gets there for some very soggy conditions. I'm going to need my new warm Christmas socks. Back to you guys.
Yeah, you will, Dave. And I have a feeling I know which tree that you're going to be auctioning on. All right, let's just say you look like you're in the Christmas spirit.
What?
You know what I mean?
Me? That?
Yeah.
Oh no. There's a fishing tree over here. No, there's a tree full of fishing lures.
That's fun. Yeah, that'll work for you. Yeah. Thanks so much, Dave.
Well, that's it for our digital edition of KT News at 5. We'll be back with more local news plus coverage from the Pac-12 championship in Las Vegas immediately following the game.
All right, we'll see you then.